absolutely been uttered up here. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Unfiltered Presents. And we're live today on Telegraph Hill, or better known as Lee's Hill, here on December 17th, 2021. What we're reflecting on today is what really happens after the Battle of Fredericksburg. So you caught some of our stuff that we did on the 13th, where we discussed the Battle of Fredericksburg, some of the sites that you're seeing on Slaughter Pen Farm, at the Sunken Road, and at places like Chatham Manor, but we didn't end up here, and there was some kind of strategic planning behind that. Well, what I want to talk about just briefly up here while we're on the hill is what it was like during the aftermath of the battle. The reason Lee is saying that is because you can see something down this hill that is absolutely sickening to the human eyesight and the human mind and the psyche that surrounds the Civil War, and that is a field littered with Union corpses from the Battle of Fredericksburg in 1862. Lots of things happen because of that. You're getting incidents like one that I have looked into quite a bit. And again, Noel, thank you so much for inspiring this write-up I did a few years ago now. But the Ice House incident. So what do you do with all these bodies that are left over after a battle, specifically one like Fredericksburg? The night after the battle, you have men lying in that field, freezing to death, screaming for water, screaming for any type of help that they could possibly get. Men are told to groan, so they are told to constantly stay in this state of groaning so that hospital and stretcher bearer and anyone that would be attending those sites can find them. We have stories like Chamberlain using the dead to stay warm or use them as cover, whether that's backed or not. We have those stories. We have similar, I'm sure in a field that large, somebody's using a body or two to cover themselves, because this is a horrific scene, and human survival has to thrive in some type of form. And that's exactly how it's going to happen in Fredericksburg. But what is it like for the citizens? What are they seeing? The houses are in ruins. People are coming back to find their house in shambles. We have a place that I have that new book, or I wouldn't say it's a new book. The book was from 1850, but they're during the battle at the sentry box. And when Mason returns to the sentry box, he finds 3 dead Union soldiers in his house. One sitting in a chair so alive-like that it almost startles him. Not that a body itself would startle me, because if I walk into my house and see a body, I'm absolutely going to be startled. But he's seeing 3, and he's noting one sitting upright in a chair, staring at him. So these citizens are being traumatized by sights like that, on top of their homes being virtually destroyed, looted and pillaged, houses and just buildings burned during the battle due to the artillery fire just from across that ridge. You might be able to see on the camera there, known as Stafford Heights. We're up on a very high level too, so we're able to be sort of eyeball with that again, similarly as we were with Marie's Heights. But up here during the battle, Lee could have watched those waves happen. He's watching the Battle of Fredericksburg really unfold in front of him, and what a sight that must have been for Lee. But in regards to the aftermath and the bodies that I wanted to touch on to end this quick video from up on Lee's Hill, we were talking about the Ice House. The Ice House was discovered in 1866, containing 98 Union bodies. Heroes von Bork writes about the disgusting practice of the Union troops sending their troops into the bottom of this pit, because it was almost like they didn't want to do the job of burying and just interring these bodies. Later, they were reinterred into the National Cemetery, where they lie today amongst many of the unknown soldiers there at the Fredericksburg National Cemetery. Just a quick piece on this gun, because you guys know I'm an artillery nut. This is a 30-pound Parrott, or a siege gun, not unlike one that would have been here during the battle. If you could tell, we have a normal, call it Civil War cannon, or a Napoleon over here on this side. The size comparison to the two are vastly different. Obviously, this siege rifle here is used for many other things, not just the infantry battles here, but naval battles and different types of scenarios that you would see during the Civil War. They're capable of hitting ships. They're capable of hitting houses from here. You'll have a lot of these actually firing into the town from the Union side. A lot of artillery up on these heights. There's a place known as Howison Hill that has a great sign about the trajectory of all the cannons and where they're going. And the Confederates obviously had a bulwark of an artillery position here at Fredericksburg. But again, folks, thank you for joining this live video. We have some more coming to you today from places around. We will have some really cool new things to bring today, too. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to talk too much about our surprise, but thank you guys for joining this quick impromptu Unfiltered Historian video. We will see you for the next site.